Hello, welcome to my final project video presentation. My name is Rasanel Paul Kayanan, uh, and I just want to go over my self-evaluation. So for the first question, becoming more efficient at applying your innate curiosity and creativity. So for this one, I give myself a rating of 4. I believe that throughout the course, I was able to display curiosity when working on several projects. Um, and I think one of the biggest differences that I've noticed on how I've improved on it was on earlier courses that I had that involved website development. We're always given uh, the base code that we will use for the site and what the site should look like, what functions should be used. And I think in this course, having that option to just have vague description and be able to work on something that I want to work with, come up with a website that I wanted to look like, really helped me unleash my creativity. So one of the uh, examples of blockers that I've experienced and how I was able to use creativity to fix it was the Star Wars API. So if you would see, one of the requirements for the Star Wars API is for it to have page number functionality, and it was kind of tricky to do that because the for you to be able to do that, you need to give the API a specific page number for you to be able to um, be redirected to the information that you needed. So the way I worked it out was um, I created a page array, so from 1 to 9, and then I created a URL. So this is what the swappy URL for the characters would look like, and then just added the page count that I wanted so that it will only show that specific page. So for example, if I wanted page 5, so it will call on uh, the switch page function and give it call the fourth array element, and so that is number 5. That gets added to the base URL, which calls page 5 of the API. So something that I came up with by myself, something that doesn't really look great if you see it, but involves creativity. So for that, I give myself 4. The next one is becoming more dexterous at exploring your environment. I gave myself a 4 for this, and for the reason of the courses allowed me to. I think most programming course or gave me that opportunity to just search for questions that I have by myself and find errors that I'm experiencing, um, error answers to those errors online. One of the common sites that I work with is Stack Overflow. What I normally do is if I get an error, I just go to the site and just paste the error message that I was getting, and it would bring up suggestions on what to do. Um, So another example that I have is working on my final project. Uh, so for my final project, one of the problems that I had was I want to come up with a site that, since I'm making an API for basketball, soccer, football, and rugby, I want a background image that is able to change on its own when you go to the site. And if you see my page, it changes from a basketball to a soccer to the American Stadium to rugby. I didn't know how to do that first, so I looked for ways online on how to do that. I was able to see an example of a person doing it on CSS, and I was able to adapt that to my code and come up with a solution that shows a fun background that changes um, each time, that changes over time. Probably a better one is when you hover basketball, it will show a basketball stadium, but for now, it just has that functionality that it changes, showing the different sport stadiums that are on the site. So, becoming a person who enjoys becoming dexterous exploring your environment, I gave myself a 4 as well. And becoming a person who enjoys helping and learning from others. So I also gave myself a 4. Um, for the reason that I'm always someone who works with our team. I For the team that I belong to, it was kind of hard for people to get someone to volunteer to drive the code for the week. So most of the time it's me. Most of the time it's me showing my team what I was able to do so that we can start there and work on blockers. And I'd like to show an example of an interaction that we had regarding the DrumKit the DrumKit application. We finished all the core goals, and what we're left to do was to be able to move the key up and down as you are hitting each key. So uh, we initially didn't know what to do. So we said that okay, let's take time to work on it. So here's what I would do. I would paste snippets of what I was able to do. Okay, this worked for me. This was moving, and then my teammates would say, "Oh, this different things that they did," and I was able to build on that until finally we were able to come up with something that works. And as you see, the code does work. The the keys move down when they are hit, and if you hit them long enough, they go back to uh, the same location. Okay. So I gave myself a 4 for that. I believe that I've been a good communicator with my team and with the rest of the class. Whenever there are people who post questions, I do my best to answer them. Using a divide and conquer approach to design solutions or programming problems. So for this one, I'd like to go back to my final project. So one of the challenges of working the API is it involves different steps. So first, you have to select a sport, then you have to select uh, which country you'd like to search, what league you'd like to search, and which team you wanted to get more information on. So that involves going through a lot of functions. But what I did to do that is I just work it per function. So for example, I just start with the country selection. So that's done on the page. I just have a select option, and then when you go to the function, it just does that step by step. Once step one is done, when you select the country, then it goes to the league. What leagues are available in that country? Okay, now when you get the league, you want to search um, for the teams. So I have that here on league search, and then when you get the teams, you want to look for that specific information. So for me to work that, I just worked it step by step. So I did the country first, then the team, sorry, the country, the league, the team, and then the team information. So when you select a country, select the US, select a league, and then that calls the team search function. The teams show up, you select the team, and then you get the information. Get the logo, information about the team and its website, and social media uh, websites are also here. You can go to the Memphis Grizzlies Twitter account, where you can go to their website. Which is fun. Working it, I never knew there were so many teams, so many leagues in different countries. I never knew those smaller teams would also have their own Twitter accounts and websites. So that was a fun activity for me. And I was able to work that uh, intricate process by taking them one at a time. So developing and debugging HTML, CSS3, and JavaScript programs that use medium complexity web technology. So I also gave myself a 4 for this one. I think for both my final and for my midterm project, even my Star Wars API, I can say that all those three sites are at least mid level when it comes to the technologies that I used, and now I was able to use an API to get the information that I needed. So for the to-do list, let's go to the to-do list. As you see, it's something that requires a lot of steps to do, and I think the effects that I also used, I would say it would pass for a mid-level site. Um, the functions that you're allowed to do with them were also difficult, and the Star Wars API also is something that I had a hard time doing, and as of now, I think um, it provides information for those Star Wars uh, fans like me. Uh, so I think that's it. Um, I'm almost at the time limit, but I just wanted to say that I really think the course has helped me to become a better web developer. I never thought that I would learn this much and be able to do this difficult site. So I'm grateful for everything that I learned for this course. Thank you very much.